Insperity presents the Small Business Advocate Show with Jim Blasingame, brought to you by FedEx, CareerBuilder.com, and Palo Alto Software. This is a copyrighted production of Small Business Network, Inc., all rights reserved.
Back 23 after the hour. Thank you very much for joining me. Thanks for hanging out with me. I'm Jim Blasingame, and I am the Small Business Advocate. And my website is smallbusinessadvocate.com. Please check it out. Use it to your advantage. We built it just for you. We update it every day just for you. It's all free. Ilise Benun is our guest. She's an original founding member of our Brain Trust, and she's one of the great people that you'll ever meet, especially with regard to marketing. She is the marketing mentor. Marketing-mentor.com. Did I say it right, Ilise?
You did. Thank you, Jim.
Thanks for hanging out with us today, Ilise. We're talking about content marketing. And, one of the things about, when we went to the break, we were talking quickly. You were about to get to the point about, I had gotten us off, I don't think it was off track, but maybe wasn't exactly what you where you were going. But I had talked about, laser marketing, focused marketing on people to be relevant, but broad-based marketing, like a newsletter or whatever. Here's the cool thing about that, Ilise, and it comes back to my first point. Ilise, you send your newsletter out to people you know. Well, they want to be relevant to somebody else, so they'll send your newsletter to somebody, say, hey, I saw this article Ilise Benun wrote. I thought you'd like it. Thinking of you. That's the beauty of mass, of a more of a mass approach to content marketing. What do you think?
I agree with that, and I think in a way that's exactly what the social media does. That's what you do on Twitter. You retweet. It's essentially that. You passing it along, although to a larger group, and you don't even know who's looking at that moment or who else is going to pass it along. So I think the point I was trying to make is that the core of your content has to be what's on your prospect's mind, and you have to kind of put aside what you care about and what's interesting to you and think instead about what they would want to hear, and then you disseminate it through the various media. You made a reference to the rocket ship, and I was thinking the problem is, in fact, I got a message yesterday from someone who said, I want to do a blog. How did you start your blog? And I thought, the blog is not the point. You don't just start a blog. Right. You figure out what your message is, what your content is, and then you decide, based on who you're sending it to, what the best medium would be. And it could be a blog, but you don't just create a blog.
Right. That's right. One of the things that I've said for a long time is your website is no longer a destination. It now needs to be a distribution center.
Mm-hmm. And we are all publishers.
Everybody's a publisher. Thank you. Everybody. I don't care who you are. If you started your business, if you're a startup and you started yesterday, you're a publisher today.
Yep.
So okay, you determined in a case study you did that people, the sales, they could increase sales with some, if they had certain kinds of marketing tools. Is that what you're talking about now?
Yes, I have this one client who I've been working with for a year. Her name is Jill Anderson of JillLandDesign.com. And we basically put 4 content marketing tools in place for her over the course of that year. And by the end of the year, her business had increased 17%. And
congratulations.
It was quite amazing. And so I just wanted to outline what the 4 tools were.
All right.
Because I think anyone can do this. The first one was a monthly email newsletter, something that she sends out targeted to her market, which she calls stylish solopreneurs, which is kind of a broad term that can cover lots of different types of people. So it's general and expansive, but it's also very specific. So a monthly email newsletter that has material information that is of interest to them.
Okay.
And then she links it to her blog because on the blog, she has written a little bit more in detail about whatever that topic is from the email newsletter. So the newsletter is driving traffic to the blog. And then she has, number 3, a bait piece, which is essentially a free report that is 9 pages long, and it's, I can't remember what it's called off the top of my head, like 7 ways to be stylish and engage your customers, something like that. And she gives it away to everyone who signs up for her newsletter. So if you want that, then you sign up and you get the information. And then she disseminates all of that through social media, Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest a little bit, and LinkedIn.
All right.
And that has grown her business.
And the 4th one?
So those are the 4: newsletter, blog, bait piece, and social media.
Oh, social media. Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, I got you. So by doing those things and by linking them together and cross-collateralizing them, she's grown her business.
Exactly. And I think the main point is that she doesn't need new information or new material for each piece. It starts with the blog, and then actually it started with the bait piece because all of the ideas from there just turn into, each of the 7 ideas turn into their own email, newsletter, blog, and then disseminated through social media.
We've been doing that for years. This interview, live radio interview, will turn into a podcast. It will turn into it might turn into inspiring me to write an article, which will turn into a blog post, which could also turn into a video.
Yes.
Folks, that's how you do it. Ilise is the expert. Can they find your case study on your website?
It's on the blog, marketingmixblog.com. Search for
All right,
case
so check
study.
that out. Ilise, good job today. Thanks for being here. Come back soon.
Thank you, Jim. Good to speak with you.
Marketing-mentor.com is her website, folks. She's really smart. Check it out. Quick break. Stay with me. I'll be right back.
Insperity presents the Small Business Advocate Show with Jim Blasingame, brought to you by FedEx, CareerBuilder.com, and Palo Alto Software. This is a copyrighted production of Small Business Network, Inc., intended for the private use of our audience. Except as otherwise provided by copyright law, all other copying, redistribution, or publication without prior written consent is prohibited. All rights reserved.